Nikola Tesla was arguably the most brilliant mind in human history. He invented the alternating current system that powers the modern world. He conceived of wireless communication decades before it existed. He held over 300 patents. His mind operated on a level that his contemporaries could barely comprehend. But Tesla had an obsession that no one could explain. He would walk around a building 3 times before entering it. He would only stay in hotel rooms whose number was divisible by 3. He would use exactly 18 napkins to polish his silverware before every meal. 18, because it is divisible by 3, 6, and 9. His colleagues called it madness. His biographers called it compulsion. But Tesla himself said something very different. He said, "If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, the 6, and the 9, then you would have the key to the universe." He died on January 7, 1943, alone in room 3327 of the New Yorker Hotel, a room number that adds up to 15, which reduces to 6. Within hours of his death, the FBI seized 2 truckloads of his personal papers, notebooks, and research. Most of those documents have never been released to the public. But the secret Tesla left behind, the pattern of 3, 6, and 9 survived. And what we are now discovering about these numbers is enough to question everything you think you know about how reality works. To understand why Tesla was so obsessed with 3, 6, and 9, you first need to understand how Tesla's mind worked, because it did not work like anyone else's. Tesla did not think in words. He did not think in abstract concepts. He thought in complete, vivid, 3-dimensional images. He could design an entire machine inside his mind, rotate it, examine it from every angle, even run it mentally and observe where the parts would wear down, all without ever putting pen to paper. He described his own mind as a receiver, an antenna that picked up information from an invisible field of intelligence that surrounded all things. He once said, "My brain is only a receiver. In the universe, there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration." This is not the language of a conventional scientist. This is the language of someone who perceived reality at a level most people never access. And at that level of perception, Tesla saw something that consumed him for his entire life. A pattern built on 3 numbers. 3 is the number of creation. Every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Time moves through past, present, and future. Physical space exists in 3 dimensions. Matter exists in 3 fundamental states. The atom is built from 3 particles: protons, neutrons, and electrons. 6 is the number of structure. Carbon, the element that forms the basis of all life on Earth, has 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. A hexagon, the most structurally efficient shape in nature, has 6 sides. Snowflakes form in 6-fold symmetry. Honeycombs are built in hexagonal grids. The fundamental geometry of life is based on 6. 9 is the number of completion. 9 is the final single digit. Every multiple of 9, when its digits are added together, reduces back to 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9. 9 times 7 is 63. 6 plus 3 equals 9. 9 times any number always returns to itself. It is the number that contains all other numbers within it. Tesla did not see these as mathematical curiosities. He saw them as the operating code of the universe, a fundamental pattern woven into the structure of reality itself. In the 1980s, a mathematician named Marco Rodin made a discovery that would bring Tesla's obsession into sharp focus. Rodin was studying the patterns that emerge when you map the doubling sequence on a circle divided into 9 points. The same kind of pattern Tesla had been studying decades earlier, starting with 1, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, and so on. When you reduce each number to a single digit, 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, a pattern emerges. The sequence cycles through 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, and 5, endlessly repeating. But 3, 6, and 9 never appear in this doubling cycle. they exist outside it. Rodin mapped this onto a circle and discovered something extraordinary, what he called the vortex math pattern. The numbers 1 through 9, arranged on a circle, create a flow pattern that looks like a torus, a donut-shaped energy field. The numbers 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, and 5 chase each other around the outside of this pattern. But 3 and 6 oscillate back and forth between each other, while 9 sits at the top, motionless, governing the entire pattern. 9 does not move, 9 controls. Rodin called this the flux field, the invisible pattern that governs how energy flows through the universe. He argued that 3, 6, and 9 represent a higher dimensional pattern that controls the behavior of all the other numbers, and, by extension, all physical reality. This connects directly to something we explored in video 4 of this series, the Hermetic law of vibration. The Kybalion states that nothing rests, everything vibrates, and the differences between manifestations of matter and energy are explained by different rates of vibration. If Rodin's mathematics are correct, then 3, 6, and 9 may represent the master frequencies, the vibrational pattern that organizes all other vibrations. And the evidence goes further. The Fibonacci sequence, nature's most famous mathematical pattern, is built on 3, 6, and 9. When you reduce each Fibonacci number to a single digit, the resulting pattern repeats every 24 numbers. And when you add the digits of that 24-number cycle, the sum is, you guessed it, divisible by 9. The Fibonacci spiral appears in the arrangement of sunflower seeds, the curve of nautilus shells, the branching of trees, the spiral of galaxies, and the structure of DNA. It is nature's blueprint, and its hidden foundation is the pattern of 3, 6, and 9. Tesla was not superstitious. He was seeing something that mathematics would take another century to confirm. Now we come to the part that has made this pattern go viral across the world. The 369 manifestation method is a technique that uses the pattern Tesla identified to reprogram the subconscious mind and focus intention with extraordinary precision. The method is simple, and that simplicity is precisely what makes it so powerful. Here is how it works. Step 1. Choose a specific intention, something you want to manifest in your life. This is not a vague wish. It must be a clear, specific, present tense statement, not, I want more money. Instead, I am receiving unexpected income that exceeds my needs. Not, I want to be healthy. Instead, my body is strong, vibrant, and full of energy. The specificity matters because the subconscious mind responds to precision, not to vagueness. Step 2. Every morning, within the first 20 minutes of waking up, write your intention 3 times. Not type it, write it by hand. The physical act of writing engages different neural pathways than typing. It forces your brain to slow down, to form each letter deliberately, to hold the intention in conscious focus for an extended period. Step 3. In the afternoon, around midday, write the same intention 6 times. Same intention, same words, by hand. Step 4. Every evening, in the last 20 minutes before sleep, write the same intention 9 times. 3 times in the morning, 6 times at midday, 9 times at night, every day, for at least 33 days, because 33 is 3 times 11, and both 3 and the sum of 3, 3, 6, carry the vibrational pattern. That is the method. It sounds almost too simple to work, but the science behind it is anything but simple. The reason the 36-9 method is so effective is not magic. It is neuroscience. And to understand it, we need to revisit 2 concepts we explored earlier in this series. In video 3, we broke down how the subconscious mind is programmed. The subconscious does not distinguish between real and imagined experience. It accepts whatever is repeatedly presented to it as truth, and then it restructures your perception, your behavior, and your reality around that accepted truth. This is not philosophy. This is the established science of neuroplasticity. the brain's ability to physically rewire itself in response to repeated stimuli. The 36-9 method exploits this mechanism with surgical precision. When you write your intention 3 times in the morning, you are planting the seed during the transition from theta brainwave state, the state your brain is in when you first wake up, to the beta state of normal waking consciousness. The theta state is the gateway to the subconscious. We explored this in detail in video 6, where we discussed how ancient civilizations used the transition between sleep and wakefulness to access deeper levels of consciousness. Writing your intention during this window plants it directly in the subconscious mind, with minimal resistance from the critical, analytical, conscious mind. The 6 repetitions at midday serve a different function. By afternoon, your conscious mind is fully active. The analytical filter is at maximum strength. Writing your intention 6 times during this period forces the conscious mind to engage with the intention at its most skeptical. This creates a phenomenon neuroscientists call cognitive rehearsal, the repeated conscious processing of an idea until it begins to feel familiar rather than foreign. The conscious mind stops resisting what it encounters repeatedly. 6 repetitions are enough to shift the intention from unfamiliar wish to recognized possibility. The 9 repetitions at night are the most powerful. As you approach sleep, your brain naturally transitions from beta through alpha and into theta, the same subconscious access window you used in the morning, but now reinforced by an entire day of conscious engagement. 9 repetitions drive the intention deep into the subconscious at the moment when the mind is most receptive, most programmable, most open to restructuring. 3 plants the seed, 6 nurtures the growth, 9 completes the cycle. And here is where it connects to what Neville Goddard taught, which we explored in video 2. Goddard's SATS technique, state akin to sleep, is fundamentally the same principle. Goddard instructed his students to visualize their desired outcome in the drowsy state just before sleep. The 3-6-9 method does the same thing, but adds the reinforcement of physical writing, conscious midday repetition, and the mathematical pattern that Tesla identified as the key to how energy organizes itself. There is also the reticular activating system, the RAS, a network of neurons in the brainstem that acts as a filter for incoming information. Your brain receives approximately 11 million bits of sensory information per second. Your conscious mind can process about 50. The RAS decides which 50 get through. When you write the same intention 17 times per day, 3 + 6 + 9, you are training the RAS to flag anything in your environment that relates to your intention. Opportunities, connections, ideas, and resources that were always there, but invisible to you, suddenly become visible. Your brain is literally rewiring its information filter to support the reality you are programming. This is not the law of attraction, as some vague cosmic force. This is the measurable, documented neuroscience of attention, repetition, and subconscious programming, delivered through a mathematical pattern that may represent the fundamental operating frequency of the universe. Since the 30-sign method went viral, first on social media, then across YouTube, and countless online communities, millions of people have reported results that range from the plausible to the extraordinary. The most commonly reported results involve career and financial breakthroughs. People describe receiving unexpected job offers, discovering business opportunities, or encountering financial windfalls within days or weeks of beginning the practice. Skeptics attribute this to heightened awareness and the RAS filter effect, which is itself remarkable. Even the skeptical explanation confirms that the method changes how you perceive and interact with reality. Relationship manifestations are the second most reported category. People describe reconnecting with lost friends, attracting new partnerships, or experiencing dramatic improvements in existing relationships. The mechanism is consistent with what neuroscience predicts. When you repeatedly focus on a specific relational outcome, your behavior unconsciously shifts to support it. You become more open, more attentive, more aligned with the outcome you are programming. The third category is the most difficult to explain through conventional science alone. Some practitioners report synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that seem to defy probability. Thinking of a specific number and seeing it everywhere. Writing an intention about a specific person and receiving a message from them that same day. Describing a specific scenario in the morning writing session and encountering that exact scenario by evening. Carl Jung, one of the most influential psychologists of the 20th century, spent decades studying synchronicity. He defined it as meaningful coincidence that cannot be explained by cause and effect. Jung believed that synchronicities revealed a deeper order to reality, an underlying pattern connecting mind and matter. Tesla would have agreed. The pattern of 3, 6, and 9 may be the mathematical expression of that deeper order, the code that connects thought to manifestation, intention to reality. If you want to test this for yourself, here is a structured 30-day protocol based on the method and enhanced by the principles we have covered throughout this series. Days 1 through 11. The foundation. Choose your single, specific, present tense intention. Write it 3 times each morning, 6 times at midday, 9 times before sleep. Use a dedicated journal. Do not scatter the practice across random notebooks or devices. Write by hand. During the morning and evening sessions, close your eyes for 30 seconds after writing and visualize the intention as already real. Use Neville Goddard's technique of feeling the wish fulfilled. Days 12 through 22. The intensification. Continue the writing practice exactly as before. Add a 90-second breathing exercise before each session. 4 seconds inhale, 7 seconds hold, 8 seconds exhale, repeated 3 times. This shifts your brainwave state toward alpha and theta, increasing subconscious receptivity. Begin paying deliberate attention to synchronicities. Write them down in your journal. Write them down in your journal. Days 23 through 33. The completion. Continue the writing and breathing practice. Add a 3-minute visualization at the end of each evening session. In this visualization, see yourself 30 days in the future, living in the reality where your intention has fully manifested. Feel it, inhabit it, let it become as real to you as the room you are sitting in. 33 days, 17 repetitions per day, 561 total writings of your intention, each one carving a deeper groove in your neural pathways, training your RAS, programming your subconscious, and aligning your vibrational frequency with the outcome you desire. Nikola Tesla saw something that the rest of the world was not ready to understand. He saw that behind the apparent chaos of physical reality, there is a pattern, a mathematical order that governs how energy flows, how matter organizes, and how consciousness interacts with the physical world. 3, 6, 9, creation, structure, completion. The pattern appears in atoms, in DNA, in galaxies, and according to millions of practitioners, in the events of daily life when you learn to work with it deliberately. Tesla died alone, dismissed by many as eccentric. But the pattern he tried to share with the world is now being validated by mathematics, supported by neuroscience, and practiced by a global community that is discovering what he always knew. The key to the universe was never hidden. It was always right in front of us. 3, 6, 9. In our next video, we go even deeper into a collection of ancient manuscripts that were buried in the Egyptian desert for over 1,600 years. Manuscripts that the early church ordered destroyed, because what they contained would change everything. The Lost Gospel of Thomas. If you are new to this channel, start from our Series 1 playlist, the foundation for everything we explore here. Subscribe if you have not already. And if you begin the 30-day challenge tonight, trust the process. The pattern has been waiting for you.